Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be doing matrix and grid arrangement under LRDI. Okay, so we'll be looking at two sets. Both the sets are very important sets. These are the types of sets that you may have come across before and you may have considered them to be difficult. Well, they are difficult when you try to solve them the first time. And more you solve, you will eventually realize that you can solve these kinds of sets within the given time limit, maximum time limit per set of 15 minutes. Okay. But for that, you will have to keep on practicing similar sets. Okay. It's not that if you solve a set like 3 or 4 times, you are trying to learn it. It's more about gaining the confidence that yes, even difficult sets can be solved within 15 minutes time. I would rather consider these sets as somewhere a little above moderate and difficult because these are solvable. It's just that there are going to be combinations or cases that you have to think of that will take some time. So the final answer will not have more than one scenario. But in order to get to that one particular scenario, at intermediate steps, you will come across some possibilities. Okay. So let's begin with today's session. Hi Kushagra, hi Ajay, hi Sonali, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon everyone. So I will hide myself. We have a lot of data here. Okay, so read the information given carefully and answer the following questions. 3 pouches, each represented by a fixed circle, are kept in each of the 9 slots in a 3x3 grid as shown in the figure. So here we have the figure, 3 columns and 3 rows, and each row has 3 pouches. Okay, so we have a total of there are a total of 9 cells and each cell has 3 pouches. So there are a total of 27 pouches here, right? The minimum and maximum amounts of money in rupees among the 3 pouches in each of the 9 slots are given in the table. So this table is about, in first row, first column, what is the minimum amount you have? Suppose this pouch has 2 rupees and this pouch has 4 rupees. So the middle pouch can have 2, 3 or 4, right? Because 2 is the minimum and 4 is the maximum amount that a pouch can hold. They have given us an example to understand. So for example, we know that among the 3 pouches kept in the second column of the first row, we're talking about this particular cell, the minimum amount is 6 rupees. So suppose this is 6 and this is 8. So this is going to be 6, 7 or 8. There are 9 pouches in any of the 3 columns as well as any of the 3 rows. Of course, if you count the number of pouches in this particular column overall, you will find 3, 3, 3, 9. Same is true for the next column, same is true for the next, same is true for the first row, same is true for the next row, and same is true for the next row, right? It is known that the average amount of money kept in the 9 pouches in any column or any row is an integer. Okay. So having understood that part, so if the average is going to be an integer, can we say sum of amounts in these 9 pouches in the first row is going to be a multiple of 9? See, what I'm trying to tell you is if pouch number 1 plus pouch number 2 and so on plus pouch number 9 divided by 9, this is the average of the amount in these 9 pouches. And if that is given as an integer, so we can say no, that the sum of the amounts in the pouches from P1 to P9 should be 9 into integer. In other words, it should be a multiple of 9. ठीक है, ये ध्यान रखेंगे. This may be the deal breaker. It is known that the total amount of money kept in the 3 pouches in the first column, so we are talking about the first column of the third row is, total amount of money kept in the first column of the third row is rupees 4. Acha, total money 4 rupees. Total 4 hai, so if we have 1, 2, so the possibility is 1 is 1, another is 2, so 3 to ho gaya, we need 4, so it's going to be 1, 1, 2. ठीक है? Also, let's look at each cell. It's the first cell says 2, 4. So one is 2, another is 4. We don't know what this number is. It can be 2, 3, 4. Similarly, row 2, we have a 3, we have a 5. This could be 3, 4, 5. Right? Ye bhi nahi pata. Row 1, column 2, this is 6, this is 8. It could be 6, 7, 8. Row 2, column 2, this is 1, this is 1. So ye bhi 1 nahi hoga. So, row 2 column 2 and row 3 column 1 इनके वैल्यूज हमें पता है और इनका सम भी पता है. Row 3 it's 1 and 2, it could be 1 or 2. Column 3 row 1 it's 1 and 3, the middle value could be 1, 2 or 3. Now the next one is 6 and this is 20, so next वाला number जो होगा वो 6 से 20 कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? These are 15 different values. Row 3 it's going to be 2 and 5, we don't know the middle value, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are a lot of combinations you are going to have, right? So there are two cells whose overall value and the value of each of the 9 pouches is known, है ना? तो अब help कौन करेगा? The only other hint we have is it should be a multiple of 9. So let's begin. So the conditions are here. So if we look at row 1, column 1, we don't know. We know about row 3. Row 3, the overall value is it's given as 4. तो ये बनेगा हमारा 1, 1, 2 से ही. If you look at row 2, column 2, the overall value is 3. So this is going to be 1, 1 and 1 only. और हमें बाकी किसी का नहीं पता. Okay, let's solve it row wise or column wise. Let's solve it column wise. Let's talk about first column. In the first column, we know that we are going to have 2 and 4. Middle number 2, 3, 4 में से कुछ भी हो सकता है. First column का second row, we know that this is 3 and the largest is 5. The middle number could be 3, 4 or 5. ठीक है? So if I look at the row 1 के value, if you look at column 1 का सारा sum, ठीक है? Column number 1, C number 1. So 2 plus 4 is 6 and minimum could be 2. So that is going to be 8. ये 8 हो सकता है या फिर 2 plus 3 plus 4 that is 9 or 2 plus 4 plus 4 10. So these are the 3 possibilities we can have from the first cell. From the next cell we are going to have 3, 3, 5 which is 6 plus 5 11, 3, 4, 5 which is 12 and 3, 5, 5 which is 13 और next वाला तो 4 है. इनका जो सम होना चाहिए वो टेबल ऑफ 9 होना चाहिए, है ना? Now, if it's going to be the table of 9, it could be 9, it could be 18, it could be 27, it could be 36 and so on. So 9 matlab 9, 18, 27, 36 and so on, right? So out of which 4 is already there. So can we say बाकी जो remaining दो values होंगे उनका sum 9 minus 4 5, 18 minus 4 14, 27 minus 4 23, 36 minus 4 32 and so on होना चाहिए. Can we make 5? Nope. Can we make 14? 8 plus 11? No. Can we make 23? Yes, we can make 23 by taking 10 and 13. Can we make 32? No, that is a lot. So the only possibility we can have is 23. And for 23, we would need a 10 here and a 13 here. In order to have a 10, we should have 2, 4, 4. In order to have a 13, we need to have 3, 5, 5. So column 1 हमारा complete होता है. Now, if you look at the next possibility, row 2 we can complete. Right? Because out of 3 cells, 2 cell values we already know. तो row 2 को देखते हैं. Same logic लगेगा. Right? We know that this sum is 13, the next sum is 3. And column 3 of row 2, it could be 6 and 20. So एक 6 होगा, एक 20 होगा. We don't know the middle value. So it can be 6, 6, 20, which is 6, 6, 20 matlab 12 plus 20, 32. Or it could be 6, 20, 20, which could be 46. इन्हीं में से कोई एक number होगा. And this should be, their sum should be in the table of 9. Table of 9 means again 9, 18, 27, 36 and so on. बहुत सारे cases हो सकते हैं. So right now what we see is 13 plus 3 is 26. 26 plus 32 is going to give us 58, right? तो मैं ऐसे लिख लेता हूँ, sorry, not 26, 16. 16 plus 32 is going to give us 48, and 16 plus 46 is going to give us 40, 50, 62. 48 और 62 के बीच में हमारे पास कौन सा नंबर है जो 9 के टेबल में आता है? There is one and only one number, which is 54, because 45 was the one before it, which is not included, and 63 is going to be the next number, but 62 तक ही हम जा सकते हैं. So the sum is going to be 54. For 54, we would need 38 from here, such that 16 plus 38 is 54. And for 38, we already have 26 here. तो हमें अगर 38 बनाना है तो हमें 12 और चाहिए, ताकि 6 plus 12 is 18, 18 plus 20 is 38, and we need the sum as 38. So we know the second row के भी the overall values of the three cells. Right? Okay. Now let's complete column 2 or column 3. कोई एक कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? Let's look at column 2. It says 6 and 8, so let's put 6 and 8. And if we look at row 3 ka is column 2, so this is 1 and 2. So if you're looking at column number 2, we are going to have 668, which is 20 or 21, or 688, which is 22, right? 3 already हमारे पास है, and the next one we can have is 112, which is going to give us 4, or 122, which is going to give us 5, and this should be the table of 9. So 23 plus 4, 27 आ रहा है, and 22 plus 3 plus 5, 30 आ रहा है. 27 से 30 के बीच में the smallest, the only number in the table of 9 is 20 plus 3 plus 4, 27 है ये, right? So this tells us कि ये first row, second column is going to be 20, and for that to be 20 we need another 6, and the last one is going to be 4. For that we need 1, 1 and 2, such that 20 plus 3 plus 4 is 27, which is in the table of 9. Now, if we look at row 1 complete करते हैं, we need a 1 and a 3 at 1 and 3, ये दो तो लगेगा ही. So 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 4, 34 हो गया. हम 36 कर सकते हैं. The next the number in the table of 9 after 20 plus 10 plus 4, 34. So this is going to give us 6, such that sum 36 हो जाएगा. If you look at row 3 now, we are already at 8. We can have a 9. We can have 9 and क्या हमारे पास 18 आ सकता है, and so on, right? So column 3 is going to give us 2 and 5. So 4 plus 4 is 8, right? 8 plus 5 ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, और 8 plus 2 हमारे पास कम हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So we have 8 plus 7, 2 plus 5, 7 हो गया ना, तो 15 तो है. हमें बनाना है 18. 18 के लिए we need a 3, such that we can get a 10 from here. So row 3 is going to give us 18 now. Row 1 is giving us 36. This one was giving us 54. This is 18. The first column is 27. The second column is 27 again. The third column, ये try कर लेते हैं, ये अभी तक sum check नहीं किया. Let's verify it. 38 plus 10 is 48. 48 plus 6 is going to give us 54. So obviously the sum of the columns should be same as the sum of the rows, which should result in 108. दोनों side से common sense लगाओ, same ही values है. The way we are adding them, that's the only different. Right? So 108. So you can see that I took around 17 to 18 minutes while explaining everything and actually writing down everything in a proper way so that you can understand. पर ये चीज आपको एग्जाम में करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप सीधे लिख सकते थे कि यार 4 मेरे पास ऑलरेडी है और 8 + 11 19 होता है, 19 + 4 23 है, नेक्स्ट नंबर 27 हो सकता है, तो 27 कर लो। ठीक है, ये 23 नहीं होना चाहिए था, सॉरी 27 होना चाहिए। ठीक है, so the first question is, what is the total amount of money in the 3 pouches kept in the first column of the second row? First column of the second row is 13, right? How many pouches contain exactly 1 coin? So exactly 1 coin, we have second row, second column 3 pouches, first row, third column 1 pouch. So there are 4 pouches, and row 3 may we have another 4 pouches. So a total of 8 pouches contain exactly 1 rupee, right? So 8. Next is, what is the number of slots for which the average amount of its 3 pouches is an integer? अगर 3 पाउच का एवरेज इंटीजर है, मतलब सम ऑफ दो 3 पाउचेस शुड बी इन द टेबल ऑफ 3. सेम लॉजिक. तो 3 के टेबल में कौन कौन सा सेल में नंबर है? 10 नहीं है, 20 नहीं है, 6 है, 13 नहीं है, 3 है. 2 such cells we have. 38 is not there, 4 is not there, 4 is not there, 10 is not there. So can we say there are 2 such combination of pouches of row and column where you will have the average number of average amount or average number of 1 rupee coin being an integer. 3 ऐसे slots हैं. 3 नहीं, sorry, 2 ऐसे slots थे ना, 2 such slots. Okay, the next, the number of slots for which the total amount in its 3 pouches strictly exceeds rupees 10. It should be more than 10. So more than 10 is column 2 का 20, row 2 का 13 and 38. 3 ऐसे मिले. So there are 3 such slots, right, that exceeds rupees 10. That's it. Let's say if you guys had any query. आप लोग कुछ पूछ रहे हो क्या? Okay, चलो. I hope you guys understood everything. There is no doubt as such. Clear है सब? Okay, next. Now this is a set that I believe we have done before, or you may have done before. Now this is a set which was considered a very difficult set. Okay, because of huge amount of additional info, a lot of numbers to deal with. Okay, so let's start. A farmer had a rectangular land containing 205 trees. He distributed that land among his 4 daughters, A, B, C, and D, by dividing the land into 12 plots along 3 rows X, Y, Z and 4 columns as shown in the figure below. So kindly just look at the matrix that is given. Right? So इतना तो सॉल्व कर चुके हैं कि हमें मैट्रिक्स देख के ही आइडिया लग जाएगा कि क्या हुआ है. हमें नीचे पढ़ने की जरूरत तो है नहीं, बट लेट्स स्टिल अंडरस्टैंड. It says the plots in rows X, Y, Z contain mango. So X contains mango, Y contains teak, and Z contains pine trees. Each plot had trees in non-zero multiples of 3 or 4. यानी कि हर नंबर जो होगा आपका वो 3 के टेबल में 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 and so on, और 4 के टेबल में that is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and so on होगा. 0 नहीं allowed है. And none of the plots had same number of trees. That is, the number of trees in every plot is going to be a unique number. Each daughter got an even number of plots. So the total number of plots you will find is 4 columns and 3 rows. So total 12 plots है ना इधर को. ठीक है, 12 plots हैं, and if it's going to be distributed among 4, तो सबको even value मिली है. Even. ठीक है. In the figure, the number mentioned in the top left corner of the plot is the number of trees of that plot. Table of 3 or 4, table of 3, table of 4, table of 3, right? While the letter at the bottom right corner is the first letter of the name of the daughter who got that plot. So this plot was got by daughter whose name starts with C, which is Chitra. This plot Y1 was given to the daughter whose name starts with A, which is Abha. And similarly, फिर Bina और Chitra हो गया. ठीक है? They have given us the example. For example, Abha got the plot in row Y and column 1. containing 21 trees. Okay. Next is some information in the figure got erased, obviously. But the following is known. Abha got 20 trees more than Chitra, but 6 trees less than Dipti. The largest number of trees in a plot was 32, but it was not with Abha. The number of teak trees in column 3 was double of that in column 2, but half of that in column 4. Both Abha and Bina got a higher number of plots than Dipti. Only Bina, Chitra and Dipti got corner plots, and so on and so forth. ठीक है? तो अब आता है सबसे क्रिटिकल पार्ट कि हाउ डू वी बिगिन सॉल्विंग सच सेट्स. सो आप ऐसा रैंडम सेलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि हम पहले नंबर्स फाइंड आउट करें, पहले लेटर्स फाइंड आउट करें. These additional statements you have to read and you have to be quick. You can't take a lot of time, right? नहीं तो ये 15 मिनट का आधा घंटा का सेट हो जाएगा. You have to read and understand कि which is more important to figure out. Which plot was given to which daughter? या फिर or the number of trees in every plot. क्योंकि simultaneously तो नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है? Think about it. Even if you are going to form such a question, you will be giving information so that somebody can figure out the number of trees, and using the number of trees somebody can figure out each plot was given to which daughter. क्योंकि यही दो attributes हैं इधर को. या फिर पहले पता कर लो कि किस डॉटर को कौन सा प्लॉट मिला है, उससे नंबर ऑफ ट्रीज का रिलेशन होगा. क्या है इन दोनों में से? That you have to understand from the statements. So the first statement is about who got more trees and less trees than the other. Next is the largest number of trees in the plot. So this is about daughters, this is about trees, this is about trees, this is about daughters, 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 this is about trees. अब पढ़ के देखो. You will realize that more information or more statements are about daughters, as in उसको कौन सा plot मिला, उसको कितना ज़्यादा मिला, क्या मिला, इसके बारे में discussion है. And trees का relation कम है. So don't you think if I start reading the statements that are about trees, that is T, I won't have enough information to fulfill it. है ना? तो मेरे को करना क्या है? जिसके बारे में ज़्यादा पता है उधर से शुरू करो. जो stranger है उसको बाद में deal करेंगे. So we will start finding out how many plots each daughter has got, और वो daughter का कौन सा plot है. For example, A का next plot कौन सा है, B का next plot कौन सा है, and so on and so forth. Okay. We will also not forget that there are total of 205 trees. Yes, 205 trees overall. And we will also not forget that each daughter had even number of plots. Even number of plots. And we will also not figure out that, we will also not forget that each plot had multiples of 3 or 4. और फिर पहला वाला मैंगो, उसके बाद फिर पाइन, फिर टीक. MPT था. मैंगो, टीक एंड पाइन. MTP था. मैंगो, टीक एंड पाइन था, ना कि मैंगो, पाइन एंड टीक. ठीक है? चलो, let's rebuild this particular, let's use all this information और एक बार फिर से इसको fill करने की कोशिश करते हैं. So I've drawn a new one. We don't really need. आपको obviously on the rough sheet you had to draw this particular matrix. Great. Okay. So we know that A, B, C, D, they all are supposed to get even values. We are talking about plots here, guys. यहाँ पे दो चीजें हैं, ध्यान रखना. Plots and number of trees. ठीक है? And if we talk about number of trees, इसका भी कुछ होगा. Total number of plots we have is 12. Total number of trees we have is 205. Let's start. Abha got 20 more trees than Chitra, but 6 trees less than Dipti. So Abha को अगर X trees मिलता है, see, it's about trees. That's why I'm writing it below. ये E मैं erase कर दूंगा बाद में, ठीक है? आप टेंशन मत लेना. Abha got 20 trees more than Chitra. So Abha got X, तो Chitra got X minus 20. But 6 trees less than Dipti. So Dipti got X plus 6. So what I'm going to do is, I don't deal with negative values. So instead of X minus 20, I'm going to take this as X. Such that Abha का X की जगह this becomes X plus 20. says that Diptika, this becomes x plus 26. So this is the number of trees, sorry, that ACD got. B का अभी तक नहीं पता हमें, ठीक है, ये trees मैं इधर कर देता हूँ. These are number of trees. And total trees we have is 205. ठीक है? Okay. Next statement is the largest number of trees in the plot was 32, but it was not with Ava. So Ava के पास जितने भी trees होंगे, जितने भी plots होंगे, हर plot में trees होंगे, Ava shouldn't get 32. 32 will go somewhere else. It could be with Bina or Chitra or Dipti. B, C or D. Okay. Done with first, second, third. The number of teak trees in column 3 was double that in column 2. Okay, so if you're talking about teak trees, mango, teak and pine, so Y is teak, isn't it? Teak. So this is teak, this is mango and this is pine. So the number of teak trees in column 3 was double that in column 2. So if I say there were 8 trees here, this is 2A. But was half that in column 4. So column 4 का 4A हो जाएगा. Okay, so this is number of trees. So मैं बीच में ऐसे नहीं लिखना चाहिए, मेरे को थोड़ा ऊपर लिखना चाहिए था. So this is A, 2A and 4A, right? So the number of teak trees in column 3, ये number इसका double है और इसका half है. So I hope you can understand that 2A is half of 4A and 2A is double of A. ठीक है? So that's how I figured out it's going to be 4A. ठीक है? Done with third statement. Both Abha and Bina got a higher number of plots than Dipti. So if I am talking about the number of plots, Abha and Bina का Dipti से ज़्यादा है. So whatever number of plots Dipti got, उससे ज़्यादा Abha and Bina they both got. ठीक है? It's more about Dipti, not Chitra. Only Bina and Chitra, only BCD got corner plots. We don't know about that. We'll check that later on. Dipti got 2 adjoining plots in the same row. Still don't know where to put. क्योंकि अभी हम बहुत सारे cells missing है ना. Bina was the only one who got a plot in each row and each column. ठीक है, great. Chitra and Dipti did not get plots which were adjacent to each other either in row, column or diagonal. Still don't know. The number of mango trees was double the number of teak trees. So the number of teak trees, suppose, is Y, then the number of mango trees is going to be 2Y. Okay. अब start करते हैं plots. So we need 12 plots to be given. Right now, अगर आप ध्यान दोगे तो C के पास 2 plots हैं. Out of 12. So 12 में से 2 चला गया C के पास. बच गया हमारे पास 10. I can't give 0 and I'm supposed to give even. So if I give 2, at least the smallest even number possible here, तो 10 में से 2 गया, 8 बचा. 8 can be given as 2 or 6, which won't work because A and B, they both have higher number of plots than D. So अगर D के पास 2 है, तो A और B के पास कम से कम 4 तो होगा. A and B, they should have at least 4. So 4, 4, 2 and 2, this itself is 12. That means we cannot go beyond. So now we know how many plots did each of these daughters get. They got 4, 4, 2, 2 plots. ठीक है? Simple. 12 plots इतने कम है ना कि आप उसको ज्यादा केसेस बना ही नहीं सकते. एक ही पॉसिबिलिटी हो रहा है. Next, out of 4 plots that A is supposed to get, A has already received 2. B should receive 4 plots. B के पास already एक plot आ चुका है. C के पास 2 plots होने चाहिए. C के दोनों plots complete हो चुके हैं. ठीक है? So I shouldn't strike out the entire thing. I should only मैं underline कर देता हूँ कि C का complete हो चुका है. D के 2 plots आने हैं. So Dipti got 2 adjoining plots in the same row. Okay? And Chitra and Dipti did not get plots which were neighbor or adjacent, row, column या diagonal में नहीं था. ठीक है? So having known that, तो हमारे पास D का adjoining plots है, right? So can we have D and D here? नहीं. Reason being, C जो है D के बाजू में हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Next, D का adjoining है और वो same row में है. मतलब adjoining plots in the same row. Is this possible? yes, it's possible because ये C से दूर है ना, C से दूर है, तो ये एक possibility है. Can we have D and D? No. D ये वाला adjacent है, ये वाला भी adjacent हो गया. Can we move this D further? Okay, we can't. वो occupied है. Can we have D and D here? No, these are also adjacent. So out of the possibilities जितने भी थे, can we say that D will take यही दोनों, और कोई चारा ही नहीं है. So D के भी 2 plots over हो चुके. Now, if we read this particular statement, so we are done with 6th. Hold on. So we are done with 6th. We are done with 8th. If you look at 5th, only B, C, D got corner plots. So we have C, B and D. C का complete, D का complete. Can we say this has to be B? कोई किसी और के पास तो जाएगा नहीं. So ये B का भी complete हो गया. 5th statement done. Now, B was the only one who got a plot in each row and each column. If you count the number of plots B has got, it is 2 so far. B का 2 और complete करना है और A का भी 2 complete करना है. और इधर को हमारे पास 1, 2, 3, 4 खाली भी है. So B को पहले रो में तो मिला नहीं because it says हर रो और हर कॉलम में B दिखना चाहिए. So if I look at the first row, I don't see a B. That forces us to put B there, right? If you look at the first column, B is there. If you look at the second column, B is there. If you look at the fourth column, B is there. If I look at the third column, B is not there. And if I look at the second row, B is not there. So second row and third column दोनों में B चाहिए और अपने पास एक ही B बचा है. So this is the only place B can go. Says that B exists in every row and every column. And B is 4 of them. Since B is 4 of them, तो ये हमें fill कर देता है कि बाकी दोनों A होंगे. So using these statements now, we know that which plot was assigned to which daughter. ठीक है? So हमारा plots का complete हो गया. Now let's come down to trees. If we look at the trees that A is going to get in these 4 plots, A has received 21 and a 9 and an A and a 4A. If we look at the number of trees C is supposed to get, C has got a 12 and a missing plot. A missing plot का trees. D का हमें दोनों missing है, right? And if we look at B, B में हमारे पास we know a 2A and a 28 and obviously दो और missing है, right? अब how do we proceed? तो इसमें काम करते हैं. The total number of plots that B has, उसको हम लोग एक variable ले लेते हैं. ठीक है? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change just the name of the variables. I'm going to keep this as T and 2T. ठीक है? Variable change कर रहा हूँ, कुछ ज़्यादा ये नहीं कर रहा. So that you guys shouldn't be worried कि सर X के साथ W क्यों ले लिया. Right? We are more comfortable with X's and Y's. So now what we are going to do is, can we say this sum of the trees is 205? क्योंकि अब यही ये combo बचा है. So if we add all the trees that these 4 are going to get, it should result in 205. So if we add all this, we will get x plus x plus x, which is 3x plus y. 20 plus 26 is 46. That is equal to 205. That will give us 3x plus y is equal to 161, I believe. No, 159, I believe. Right? 159 plus 6 is 165. 165 plus 40 is 205. Okay? Now, अब यहां पर हमें x की वैल्यू चाहिए, राइट? अगर आप x की वैल्यू सोचोगे तो looking at what A gets, can we say that x plus 20 is equal to 21 plus 9, 30 plus a plus 4a, which is 5a? I'm talking about a के पास जितने trees है, right? From here, can we say that x is going to be 10 plus 5a? इतना होगा? Okay. Can we take a as 1? No. Remember, the number of trees is always in the table of 3 or 4. So I'm going to take here a का minimum value जो हम ले सकते हैं वो 3 ले सकते हैं. The moment a is 3, x is 10 plus 15, 25. So if x is going to be 25, we will have 75 plus 75 plus 9, which is 84. So y is going to be 84. Right? तो हमारे पास एक possibility ये बनता है. Next is the next value of a that we can take is a is going to be 4. If a is going to be 4, this is 5 into 4, which is 20. 20 plus 10, 30. X की value 30 आ जाती है. So if x is going to be 30, तो मैंने इसको ऐसे लिख देता हूँ 25 and 84. When x is going to be 30, this is 30 into 3, which is 90. तो ये हमारे पास 69 हो जाएगा भाई. Next value of a that we can put is 5. Now 5 into 5 is 25. 25 plus 10 is 35. If x is 35, तो ये हमारे पास 3x हो जाएगा 105, and y will result in 105 है ना, तो this will result in 54. Right? Okay. If I take x is equal to 6, sorry, a is equal to 6, this is going to give us x as 40. 40 into 3, 120, ये 39 हो जाएगा. Right? So these are the possibilities of x and y we can have. अब अगर y पे ध्यान दोगे आप, तो can we say y is going to be 28 plus 2a, and 2a is going to be in the table of what shall I say? 28. 2a is going to be the table of 3 or 4 and so on, right? So we are getting a lot of मतलब फिलहाल 4 cases तो हमें दिख रहे हैं. हमें इसको कम करना है. हमें इसको एक केस पे लेकर आना है. So is there any other condition, or is there any other equation, inequality, something that we haven't put it into use yet? It is 2t and t. So अगर देखा जाए तो can we say 4a plus 2a plus a plus 21 is t? So what is 2t going to be? 2t is going to be double of that, right? 2t plus t plus this value should be equal to 205. ये भी होगा हमारे पास. So we have t is equal to 4 plus 2 plus a, that is 7a plus 21. So 2t will be 14a plus 42, right? So the sum is so far 3t plus 28 plus 9, which is 37, plus the value at b वाला cell and c वाला cell, इन दोनों का sum बता रहे. ये हमारे पास 205 होना चाहिए. Instead of 3t, if I put in the values, I will be getting 21a plus 63 plus 37 plus b plus c is equal to 205. 63 plus 37 is 100. So 21a plus b plus c is going to give us 105. इधर अगर आप ध्यान दोगे तो a की वैल्यू अगर आपने 5 कर दी ना, तो b और c 0 हो जाएगा. So it means that we can't put the value of a as 5 and beyond. तो ये हमारा restrict कर दिया from the other condition that we can't put the value of a more than 4. Now we have two possibilities of a that we can put. It's either 3 or it's 4. So we need to start from one of the scenarios. ठीक है, दोनों में से एक possibility से हमें शुरू करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Unless and until we don't proceed to a certain extent, we will have no idea कि ये उतना बन पाएगा कि नहीं. Suppose if I take x as 25, so 25 plus 26, this is going to give us 51. this is going to be 25. If this is 25, if x is 12, this is going to be 13. है ना? C के पास x था and x is 25. Now C is going to have trees at x1 and z2. एक में 12 एक में 13 है. This is not a table of 3 or 4, no? So now this forces us कि भैया x25 नहीं ले सकते आप. So A can't be 3. Now we have इधर x is 30. If x is 30, this is 12 and 18. If x is 30, this is 30 plus 26, 56. We don't know how to break down 56. Okay, if this is 30, this is going to be 50. Now 50 has to be written as 21 plus 9, which is 30. Sorry, साथ में लिखना था. Plus 5. This gives us A is equal to 4, which we already knew. So it just verifies, right? तो A की जगह पे आप अब 4 लिखने वाले हो. So this A will become 4. This 2A will become 8. This 4A will become 16, right? And next is B is going to have, ठीक है, B का ये हो गया. अब हमें ना केवल trees fill करने हैं, right? Which two cells are left? अच्छा, these 3 cells are left. C का next value is 18. ये भी fill हो गया. Okay. Now we can get the value of B here. देखो कैसे. Total is 205. Out of 205, 16 plus 4 is 20. 21 plus 8 is 29. 20 plus 29 is 59. ये अपना 59 आया. तो ये हमारे पास 59 का double 118 आया. If we add both of these, this is going to give us 150, 177, right? 177 if we have here, and total number of trees is 205. So can we say from the third row we are supposed to get the remaining, right? Acha, sorry, this is 49, not 59. This is 49, so this is going to give us 98. So 98 plus 49 is going to give us 157. Okay. So can we say the remaining ones will come from the third row? So this is going to give us 48 from here. अरे यार क्या calculation mistake हो रहा है? This is going to give us 147. Sorry. So this will be 58. Okay, we need a 58 from here. So right now we have 20, 30, 40, 50. So B के पास कितना आना है? 3, right? So is that 3 plus 18 plus 9 plus 28 is 58. ये हमें 58 चाहिए. Let's verify it once. Okay, मेरे से 2 गलतियां हो चुकी है, so I have to be little cautious now. One silly mistake and the entire matrix is done. So we have 18 plus 3 plus 9, which is 30. 30 plus 28 is 58. चलो ये ठीक है. The moment I get the value of B का overall value Y कितना आया था? 69 आया था ना? So this was 69. Out of 69, if we put in the values, this 2A was 8, 8, 28 and 3. So can we say remaining value will go here? एक ही cell बचा है B का, right? So how much will this give us? So 28 plus 3 is 31. 31 plus 8 is 39. So we are supposed to have 30 here. So B के पास ये value 30 है. Right? Now, do we know the number of trees that D has? We don't know the actual values, but we do know that the sum of the trees should be 98 in the first row, out of which 42 is already here. So that tells us कि इसका sum जो होगा वो 56 होगा. Right? Now 56 can be broken in a lot of ways to get two numbers, as one in the table of 3, another in the table of 4. ये very much possible है. Of course, we can't take 56 as, let's say, 20, as a 20 plus 36 ले लिया हमने, right? One of the possibilities. We can't break it down as something like 30 plus something, because 30 is unique. Remember, every plot has a unique number of trees. So we can't repeat any of the numbers we are seeing here. ठीक है. So the critical part over here was to find a relation between X and Y, as in the total number of trees, and find the relation between A and X. So A is related to X, and once you use X, it is backwards, it's related to A. So this will verify कि वो possible है कि नहीं. ठीक है? So once this is done, we can move ahead. How many mango trees were there in total? 98. Which of the following is the correct sequence of trees received by Abha, Bina, Chitra and Dipti in that order? So अगर ध्यान देंगे तो आभा को 50, बीना को 69, 30. 50, 69, 30 अगर देख लेंगे ऑप्शन में तो वही होगा, which is option A. Next is how many pine trees did Chitra receive? So pine trees Chitra, that is C, that is going to be 18. Option C. Next is who got the plot with the smallest number of trees, and how many trees did that plot have? Who got the plot with the smallest number of trees? B got the smallest, the plot with the smallest number of trees, and that was 3, right? B with 3 trees. Okay, मेरे को अभी just याद आया जैसे ही B का 3 करा ना. If you remember, there was somebody who got 32, but it was not with Abha, and so far, what you will find is 32 अभी तक दिखा नहीं है, यानी कि 32 दीप्ति को गया होगा. So if Dipti gets 32 in plot number 3, the remaining 24 goes in plot number 4, or if Dipti gets 32, this gets 24. 32 अभी तक नहीं था, so somebody got 32, right? So यही एक possibility है. Okay. Next one, लेकिन अभी तक उसका यूज हुआ नहीं है. Which of the following statements is not true? Bina got 32 pine trees, अभी हमने देखा. This is false. बाकी सब चेक करने का जरूरत नहीं है ना. D got 32 trees. Pine हो या नहीं हो, I don't care. 32 trees उसको मिले. Which column had the highest number of trees? So we have to look at the column. So column wise 12, 21, 3. ठीक है. 34 and 18 looks like a lot. नहीं, we can have 24, 16 and 28 as the lot. 24 plus 16, अगर minimum भी लेंगे, 24 plus 16 is 40, 40 plus 28 is 68. I don't think we will be able to get 68 कहीं से भी. Right? Second column is 52 only. Third column, best case 50, 59, sorry 49. Right? So can we say fourth column got the highest? Fourth column, option D. हाँ देबाशिष, डाउट की जगह आप सीधे पूछ सकते हो मुझसे, if you had the doubt there. Okay, just saw what you guys. Debashish, go ahead, ask the doubt. So you can see that this set was not an easy one, right? Because we had to deal with equations and there are so many, there are not a lot of variables. We had only 3, X, Y and T, right? A bhi tha, there were 4 variables. But there were so many missing, there were so many values that were missing in the plots or in the cells कि एक ही तरीका होता है इनको सॉल्व करने का कि आप एक वैल्यू से प्रोसीड करना शुरू करो. एंड यू हैव टू कीप एन आई ऑन ऑल द अदर कंडीशंस. ओके, सो यू डोंट मिस एनीथिंग. ठीक है, सो let me know whatever doubt you have. I'm still waiting. In 40 minutes, maybe not possible. Sonali, actually this set, if you're doing a set like this for the first time, when I'm saying set like this, I don't mean plots and daughters and ek number uska double. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about questions, LR questions, wherein you have a grid and there are a lot of values missing in the cell. And if you don't have the confidence to start from scratch or from a certain end point, तो ये बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. ठीक है? And all the sets that I have been solving is taking the cues from the questions and solving as if a student would solve. ठीक है? कि आप x पे ध्यान दोगे, आप y पे ध्यान दोगे, आप x की वैल्यू पुट करोगे जो भी a के थ्रू आ रहा है. So once you start getting a lot of values of a, you saw no, I wrote value of a could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. और मेरे को realize हुआ ना कि ये चलते रहेगा. So I'll have to do something. So then I looked at the number of trees everyone is going to get. उधर से कि minimum इतना होना चाहिए. If you look at a, we realized कि a maximum 4 हो सकता है. So once I realized that कि अब ये जो लिख रहे हैं ये तो चलते जा रहा है, रुक ही नहीं रहा. So I need to come up with some other condition. Given होगा जो क्वेश्चन उसी का यूज कर रहे हैं, नॉट फॉर्मिंग अ कंडीशन ऑन माय ओन टू रेस्ट्रिक्ट दिस सीक्वेंस वी आर गेटिंग कि बहुत सारे केसेस होने वाले. ठीक है? एंड एक्चुअली आई शुड ऑलवेज लुक एट द क्वेश्चंस बिफोर हैंड. सो इफ यू लुक एट द क्वेश्चंस बिफोर हैंड यू विल फाइंड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर डेफिनेट वंस. जैसे कि क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 डेफिनेट है, 7 डेफिनेट है, एज इन द ऑप्शंस आर डेफिनेट. यू डोंट हैव कैन नॉट बी डिटरमाइंड, नन ऑफ दीज. एक क्वेश्चन में सीबीडी है. If you remember, it was question number 10. So if the questions have definite options, मतलब कि आपका table complete हो जाना चाहिए. Which means even if you're going to get 4 cases or 5 or 10 cases, उसमें से चलेगा तो एक ही काम करेगा. So you need to find out that value. So this helps a lot when you go through the questions beforehand. Rule तो यही है कि when you look at a particular set, whether you are reading the information, whether you're looking at the table or not, you should always look at the questions first, then read the information given. ठीक है? More CBD and more theta मतलब थोड़ा बच के रहो और क्या. So yes, you guys can unlock your free trial for 3 days complete. All you have to do is download our app and enter your mobile number and get connected. Okay, so link to this is given in the description below. You will be meeting our CAT 2022 toppers, some of them, and also you can be one among them. All you have to do is join our comprehensive program. And for this, you can also avail a scholarship up to 90%. The scholarship date is 25th of June at 11 a.m. Okay. You can avail up to 90% scholarship. So make sure that you write the scholarship test so that, you can get the course at thrift price. Okay. On 17th of June at 7 p.m., Mr. Gautam is going to conduct a workshop where he is going to, call out one of our Ahmedabad Convert students whom he is going to interview. He is going to have a discussion with as to what would be the preparation, how did that student fare in the exam and what was going through her mind, everything. And if you guys have any queries, you can ask her. So limited seats are there. Make sure that you register for this. All of this is given in the description and in the chat. And make sure that you subscribe the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the 500 most expected CAT question series we are having right now. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow our social media pages, and do join our Telegram channel. Devashish, still haven't heard from you about the doubt you had. So in case you get the doubt if you are watching this video later on, make sure that you send the doubt in the chat. I'll reply, in the comments. I'll reply to that. Okay. So thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care.